Hello, beautiful people. I hope I'm not too dark. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today I just want to give us a very beautiful gist. Good morning, my OGs. If my returning subscribers, you're welcome. I love you. You are the best. And if today is the first time of being on this channel, my name is Odunayo, and today I just want to bring you a beautiful gist. On this channel, Beautiful Life of Woman, we discuss everything about women's health, how to ensure that we keep healthy. Each day we do a little bit of travel vlogs, we do random gist like I want to give it today. So something has been on my mind and I just decided to share it with us as I'm ironing this cloth. I'm wearing this tomorrow, so I just want to iron it today against tomorrow because I'll be leaving quite early tomorrow morning and I might not have the time to actually do this. You remember this cloth? Okay, some of you might not, but if you have been watching my travel vlogs, you would remember where I got this cloth. If you know, drop it in the comment section. Let me know, my OGs, my own beautiful people that have been watching my videos. So something has been on my mind. Let me quickly jump into it. I would like this video to be quite short, and it's about this looks short. Okay, and it's about the issue of what do I call it now? I'm a Christian. For those who are here for the first time, I'm a Christian, I'm a child of God, and I follow the values of Christ. I follow what the Bible preaches. That has been my own drive. I don't know if you can hear the TV. Let me reduce the volume further because I think my mic is closer to this TV, so it doesn't mask my voice. Okay, what was I saying? I said I'm a Christian and I follow the values of the Bible. So recently I've been having this concern or issues about forgiveness. I've actually been doing some form of Bible teachings in church that's been around forgiveness, apologizing and all those stuff, and it's reminded me of some issue. Sorry, let me plug this thing. Okay, it reminded me of one issue I had in secondary school. So I went to Federal Government Girls College, which happens to be a boarding school somewhere in the southwestern part of Nigeria, and I hope this is not too also. That's scary. Where's my dress? Okay, so I've been bothered because I had issues with one particular person in school, one of my seniors there. In secondary school we were taught to always respect our seniors, so we call them senior. I'm not going to mention her name, but if peradventure some of my secondary school friends come across this video, they might just know who I'm talking about. She's a year senior for me, to my set then. That's when I was in JSS 1, she was in JSS 2, and she was we were not even in the same house. Like we have different hostels, and she was not in my hostel at all, but she frustrated my life. Used to be like maybe some sort of secondary school gist and what happens in boarding houses and all, but mine was just about forgiveness and apologizing. Is it okay? When do you forgive? Do you need to really discuss with somebody before you forgive them? You really need to have a conversation around a particular issue before you forgive, or do you just forgive because you want to forgive the person? How do you handle odds and all those kind of things? That's what I really want to talk about today. I want to use this example. If you have a better way that you think I should have handled it, you can also advise me. So this lady was let me just say girls, then we were still girls. She was my senior, a year senior, and our issue started right from, I think, maybe the third week I entered into the school. I entered quite late. I got late admission. I'm always getting late admission. Anyway, I got late admission into the school, and when I got admitted, I had a seatmate. We used to sit two in class. There was a time we were in school, in class, I think night prep, and one of our teachers came in, who happens to be a man, and then he came into the class eating mango, and he was just eating it freely. He was trying to call, who are the noise makers in this class? So I felt irritated as a little girl, and I said to my seatmate, why is this man eating this mango like a monkey? Maybe it was not the best thing to say, but that was what I said. And then she took it to another senior. I don't know why, maybe in their hostel or something. So my seatmate told another senior that I said this man eats mango like a monkey, who now later told this senior that I'm talking about. And do you know this senior made my life a living hell just because of that word? She kept saying, oh, she's going to report me to the school authority. Bear in mind, this iron is not auto. That I was new in the school, and she kept saying, oh, I'll report you to the school authority, I'll do this and that. And then the school authority used to just scare us about suspension, maybe just to make us behave. And I just 3 weeks in the school. And then this senior kept saying, I will report you, they will suspend you, I will put your name inside the suggestion box, so you'll be suspended, blah, blah, blah. And she's one senior that she's like the most spiritual in the whole school. I don't know if you understand. As Christians, she's one that would lead prayers. She's actually the one that would, they used to have one fellowship then that they attend. They call them maybe Aso Rockers or something. They go and pray and all. So she leads that group, and then she kept saying, you this girl, you're a bad girl. You know, she several victimization. You know, as a child, I might not remember everything, but even remembering it, I still feel some form of hurt. You know, she would come into the front of her class, then all of them would know, you will just talk to me, bullshit me, you know, some will push my head in front of her class. You know, they were my seniors, so when I come to the class, she would not say, no, come to my seat, go and stay in front of the class. So I have to back the board and face the whole class, and then they'll be like, wow, rubbish girl, we'll do this. So it was, in fact, if little girls used to have high blood pressure, I should have had high blood pressure, because she would always tell me that I'll put her name in the suggestion box. And every Mondays and Thursdays we do have assemblies in our school assembly. We don't have it every day. So, and every assembly day, the principal will have to go to the suggestion box, bring out any complaints and handle it. So whenever she wants to read out the complaints in the suggestion box, I should be like, God, let his heart open and swallow me. Because I was so scared. I was thinking, how will I face my parents that have been suspended just 3 months and 3 weeks in school and all that. This victimization continued from GSS 1 till I entered SS3. I know it will sound very strange, but it was like that from GSS 1 till SS3, because of course she didn't leave the school, I didn't leave the school, and then she was my year senior. So until SS3, when they were gone, I never had peace. I never actually had peace. She was always on my case, even when that issue was over and she could not do anything about it. I really believe she dropped it in the suggestion box, and maybe one of the principal or one of the teachers just threw it away as a flimsy thing, because, you know, and then she later became the labor prefect. Was it the labor prefect or the chapel prefect? In fact, I suffered in her hand. And she's the most spiritual in school, you know. Everybody respected her, but she treated me. So there were times that she would call me, you this girl, you say you attend Deeper Life, you are wearing tights, you are doing this, you are, oh goodness me. So, you know, she really victimized me in school as a student. Like, I don't know if any of you have gone to boarding school and you have horrible stories like this that lasted for years. She was really a pain in my ass in secondary school. I really don't know what I did to her, honestly. I really don't know. And then, funny enough, her best friend she became my school mother at a point. And she really liked me, despite the fact that her friend was always victimizing me. And then I became her school daughter, you know, we shared things together and all that. And then all of a sudden, in less than 1 term, she just said, oh, she's no longer interested. And I know, because it was so obvious, that it was that her friend that told her, this same senior that told her not to be my school mother and all. And you know, I really liked that. Although after we left secondary school, we became just a little bit closer for a period of time, because I think we went to the same university eventually. So what was I saying? She said to her, no, don't be a school mother. I don't know how the conversation, I really don't know how the conversation went, but, you know, she ended it. And then to crown it all up, when we were in SS2, because in my school, by SS2 third term, we select acting prefects. So while we were in SS2, third term, my friend, one of my friends, our bunkmate, who happens to be on the same set with this lady that I'm talking about, just called me privately. She called me and then she asked me a question. She said, what did you do to this so person so much that she hated you this bad? She asked me and I said, I didn't know what I did though. Like, I was even pretending. I said that we don't have issues. She said, I'm not saying the truth, that because something happened. And then I asked her, I said, what happened? She said, oh, that because normally in my school, when you want to select acting prefects like that, it is usually selected by the previous prefect. Then the list will be submitted to the school, to the teachers or maybe the school authority and all that. So she told me that this my friends, bunkmates, told me that while they were selecting prefects, that other lady who was my school mother added my name and all that, and that this other lady, this wicked, God forgive me, lady, said to her that, oh, that please, over my dead body, will this girl be on the team and all that, will she be an active prefect? And everybody was asking her what I have done to her. She did not open up, she didn't say anything. I don't know what I have honestly did to her. I don't know how people hate other people for no reason. How could you hate somebody for years? Even if I have said something, I said to that teacher then that the teacher is eating mango like a monkey. I felt, okay, maybe that was a bad thing to have been said, but I don't think it warrants so much hate as much as she has for me. And the lady asked her that, what have I done to her and all that. I said, okay, I didn't do anything. She said, oh, that it is because of her that I was not actually part of the team and all that, and I was not selected as a prefect, because she said no, that she would never have it. And remember I said people respect her a lot because, she's very spiritual, and then she leads all the prayers and all, so they had to follow her suggestion and all. So I was just thinking in my mind, I felt so hot, and not because I was not a prefect, of course, not far from that, but because I didn't really know what I did to her. I cannot just begin to recount. Some I have forgotten, some of these encounters I had with her, but I remember, several times that she would call me, say nasty things to me. Look at how you are, see what you look like, see what you are wearing, see what you did, see what you said. I know you cannot do this, you cannot amount to this, you are just pretending, you are a pretender, you are this. Up till now, I really cannot pinpoint, in all honesty, up till now, I really cannot lay my hand on something I actually did for her. So this is where I'm actually going. So that was what transpired between us in school. But I was so hot, and I had the hot with me for a very, very long time. And when I'm talking about secondary school, I'm talking about 2007, maybe that's about 15 years ago, maybe 15 or more than years ago. I'm talking about 15, 17 years ago. So when we left secondary school, I really don't like her. I didn't follow her on social media. I was just on my own. I really do not like her. And I was just praying in my mind that one day I will see her out of school and give her a piece of my mind. So, okay, I'm done with this. Okay, so I'm done with the ironing. I actually want to just soak myself in a bath. That's what I want to do. So I'll just set that while I continue the gist. Let me set, sorry, this is the bedroom. Let me just set the bath while we continue. I'll run the shower. So let me quickly run the bath, and then after that I'll continue with the gist. I hope this is loud. I just hope you can hear me. I know you can see me, but hearing me is the main thing. So I don't know what actually eventually transpired. We left secondary school. I was angry, I was bitter, like I said. I was so angry. I felt if I see her, I was going to give her a piece of my mind. But I just ignored her. Where was that going? Let me just be fast about it. I was contemplating talking to her on Facebook because as a Christian, it gets to a point where you just feel like keeping malice or being angry at somebody who might not even know that I have such anger towards her. So I just decided to say, okay, let me just try to talk to her, on Facebook. And that was about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And 2 weeks later, because I searched for her on Facebook, I was like, okay, let me talk to her, let me give her a piece of my mind. Probably if she apologized, I will feel better. Also, only for me to discover that I just saw a news on our group chat, school group chat, saying that she's late. I was like, whoops. That was a terrible shock to me that she's late. She died while trying to give birth. Nigeria, of course, maybe because of the health system or something, I learned she did maybe a cesarean section and she was not managed properly. And then, unfortunately, she lost her life. I felt so hot. The hot I felt was so much. I cannot even place if my fault was because of her source of death, her cause of death, right? Because she died due to childbirth. Because I also work on a project on maternal mortality rates, and you know all the rubbish that is happening in the system, and I just felt the emotions just came from so many places. I felt, oh, I did not even have time to get closure, you know, to kind of talk to her, to eventually sort our issue, you know, before she eventually passed on. I also have I was also angry actually towards the system. Everything was just there. Then I started to have fears, you know, as a Christian. I started to have fears like, oh, imagine I had hurt and bitterness towards somebody and the person is late. How do I solve the issue? I know that some of you hearing me might even be Christians. In such situations, please, what is the best bet? What is your best advice for somebody who finds him or herself in that situation? Or how could I have handled it better? Fine, she's gone, she's late. There is nothing I could actually do, and it's not as if I want to go and talk to somebody close to her to say, oh, see what this and so person did for me before she eventually passed on or something. There is no way I could have gotten closure actually, aside from that. So I just did not know. I actually do not know the best thing to do. I don't know the best way to do. And I also feel, is it possible to forgive somebody who is late in the dead, like, oh, I forgive you in the dead? Or is it also okay to feel anger and bitterness towards somebody that is late? I do not, I just cannot place it currently. I cannot place it. I cannot really say this is how I feel. I cannot really say this is how I want to handle my issues. Saying how best do you handle such situation when somebody you might have hurt or whatever against is late, and you could not even get closure, you could not forgive the person, or somebody you have bitterness towards eventually passes on. How do you rate it? Do you just say, oh, you are dead, I cannot have bitterness against somebody that is dead, so I forgive you? Won't it look like I'm forgiving, or you are forgiving because the person is no more, or because you no longer have something to be angry towards? I just don't know. I really don't know. I feel I have many feelings about the whole issue. I just really wish I had somebody, you know. I don't know if I'm not eating soap. And if I'm eating soap, so be it. So I just really don't know. I really don't know. So that's just the end of my rant for today. Somebody who if you have up towards somebody and the person is late, how do you handle it? Have you ever been in that situation, and what did you eventually do about it and all? That is just my video for today. Please, thank you for watching this video. Let me just continue with my bait because I'm a little distracted. It took me a very long while to be able to run this bait and get it to foam, at least to cover up my body, and it's as if the foam is already going off. I'm anxious, or I'm not so comfortable. Let me just use that word. I'm not so comfortable. So let me just end the vlog. Let me end this video here. If today is your first time of coming across this channel, thank you, and please do not forget to like this video, and ultimately, please let me have your opinion. What are your thoughts? What do you think I should do? What do you think I should have done, or did I stall? Probably it took me too long for me to, you know, eventually try to reach out to her. I felt that was the issue. Anyway, it took me too long. It took me almost about 6, 7, 8 years, you know, before I could attempt to talk to her, and then I discovered that she was late. Almost maybe the same week or something. Probably it was even my mind or my conscience that was making me, or was telling me actually to go and find closure. Probably my mind just knew something was going to happen to her. And I think that same week that I sent her friend request, that same week I got the news that she passed on and all. So I thought probably the time I was sending her a friend request, probably if I had said something, she would have responded to me and all. But how do I handle it now that she's late and I was still hurt, because now I feel a little better. I was still hurt. What should I have done? And then is it okay when you forgive people after you learn that they are late?